Hey everybody, happy holidays, and doing my weekly wink our weekly wink from home, Dr. Wade. And I thought that I would keep it really short and sweet and just talk about what you should leave in 2017, namely ignorance and lack of knowledge and lack of mindfulness about the choices that you're making, and what you should bring into 2018, which is power, knowledge being power. We had to really succumb to the reality, I'm looking in the wrong place, to the reality that launching our beta program was not such a great idea in the weeks that encompass Christmas. On the one hand, we all do have a little bit more downtime, kind of, sort of, but on the other hand, that time really should be spent connecting with family, and you weren't going to really pay attention with what we were hoping to empower you with. And so, combined with timing, a little bit of technical problems, and then I got really sick, we decided to defer and to wait into the new year. And that's such a great time anyway, because so many people are making resolutions about all the ways that they want to improve themselves. And so one of the things that I want to challenge you to do is to reconsider joining our Know Your Numbers program, which we will now launch in January instead. And we will send out a couple of reminder emails and reminder Facebook notices about the launch of the program, which will happen in January. But one of the concerns that I got from people who expressed an interest but had not yet enrolled was that they had no idea how to find their lab results. And so I want to give you a couple of options about what to do, because this program is going to be so much more helpful if you have a copy of your labs with you to walk through. If you have seen a doctor within the last year and you have a good relationship with your doctor, maybe you can just call the doctor's office and ask for a copy of the labs. If you have a really awesome doctor like we are, we give you a copy when you walk out, but that's a whole other story. Call your doctor's office and see if they'll let you have a copy of the labs. What you should know is that as of 2014, you actually have a legal right under federal law. The Department of Health and Human Services made it so that patients are able to directly access their lab results from the lab that actually performed the lab testing. So, if you had your labs done with a national lab like Quest or LabCorp, or even with a smaller lab, legally, you can actually just contact the lab and say, hey, I'd like to have a copy of my lab results. So that's the first thing. And I say within the last year because you don't really want to go by labs that are old and don't really reflect where you are right now. And that's what we want to do in that Know Your Numbers course, is really empower you with where your numbers are today so that you can make the positive changes for health and wellness in the future. So, number one, contact your doctor's office. Number two, contact the lab directly. The name of the lab is often on if you have insurance and the labs were filed through insurance, it may be on your explanation of benefits. The other thing you can do is to contact your insurance company or go on their website to find out who their preferred labs are, and you can sort of work your way backwards from there. But enough of you reached out to say, hey, I really don't have a doctor, or I haven't been to the doctor, or I don't think I have enough of a relationship with my doctor to get a copy of the old labs. So I want to let you know that in addition to 2014 allowing you to access your results directly without having a doctor, you also have a right to request the labs in the first place, what we call direct access testing. And what I will do is post a list of some of the more well-known national places where you can go online, set up an account, order your labs, and remember, we have a separate PDF that shows you which labs we'll cover in the Know Your Numbers course. But you'll be able to go online and order your labs directly yourself. The really cool thing about direct access labs is that you get to bundle the labs and cut out the markups that happen when you're going through your doctor's office or through your health center or through your employee center. By ordering directly, you actually get a really deeply discounted cash rate. Now, some of those direct access labs may take your insurance information. All of them can give you an invoice that you can submit for reimbursement, but I will include a link that has a list of the most reputable labs where you can order your labs directly. And, P.S., since it's the end of the year, they're having lots of end-of-year sales where they'll bundle the labs. So labs that might have cost, say $200, you might be able to get for as little as $60 if you order it by December 31st. Now, Let me go back for a second to if you have a doctor, you have a relationship with a doctor. You can also just take our list of recommended labs to your doctor's office. None of the labs that we have on that list are weird or funky or esoteric labs. They're actually really the basic building blocks for helping to know how well you're functioning. And so you really shouldn't have a big deal with asking your doctor for these labs. Your cholesterol, your sugar, how your kidneys and liver are doing, even the hormone labs, those things are not unreasonable things to ask. And so what I'm asking you is to leave in 27 your sense of not having the power to demand great access to great information about your health, and embrace instead in 28 owning your knowledge and owning that information and knowing your numbers. Join us in our course. We'll send you out some reminders about the Know Your Numbers course. But for right now, for those of you who reached out to me and said, hey, I don't even have recent labs, or I don't have relationship with a provider, remember, I will include a link at the bottom that has a list of some direct access lab companies where you can order directly your labs. And generally what happens is you log on, you make an account, you'll be able to check off the labs that you want, you print in a requisition form, and then you take it into a local lab draw center. And these lab draw centers are literally across the country. And most of these labs actually still use the main national labs, so Quest and LabCorp. It's just that you're cutting out the middleman, so you're able to get a much, much more deeply discounted price. Okay, I think that's it. Let's leave the ignorance, the lack of empowerment, the negativity in 2017. Let's embrace knowledge, power, growth, great health, great wellness. And remember, ultimately, our goal is to lead you all the way on your journey to awesomeness in terms of how you're feeling, how you're being, how you're doing, how you are in this world. I want to wish you guys a very happy new year. As a side note, I'm a little bit confused as a Jersey girl why so many people in my new home place say Happy New Year's. Is that plural years or apostrophe S years? You know what? Weigh in at the bottom if you have any ideas about that. I'm saying Happy New Year because I mean happiness for you for the whole year. Thanks so much for being with us. I know we said we were thankful last week, but we're thankful this week too. From Dr. Murphy, Dr. Cantrell, and myself, and our weekly winks. You guys have been awesome. We only want to grow bigger, and we're super duper excited for you to join us in our course. All right, that's it. Bye-bye. Happy New Year. No S.